review. There any corrections, deletions, additions? I hear none. Motion to approve as submitted.
So
Ed, second.
Brian with a Y.
Ryan with a Y. Any other discussion about the minutes? All in favor?
Right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. Dar.
Yeah. There they are.
You got them.
So we closed out the LBI phase 1, year 3, and so you see your LBI operations 0379. That is the new, we haven't requested any yet. But we have been awarded it. That's last most expenses on there.
So we're awarded
195.
And that's the admin.
Yeah.
so that's year 4.
Yeah. They're not calling it that because they don't want to make anything easy. Now it's just called LBI operations.
25, 26. Something like that.
When I asked what should we call it, why does everybody keep asking me that? That was the answer I got. I'm like, oh, this is called whatever you want. And then the next page, LBI phase 2, 0024. This is the pot that we have just a bunch of demo money that we're waiting to get properties to demo. We have a little bit to request there, which we'll do this when balance of that is 230, 791, 89 we have for demolition projects. And LBI 2.2 is the capital budget of $1,000,036. I'll be doing an adjustment for this because we can see in the pre-development. When I made the budget and filled out the application, I was counting a lot of things as rehab that now are classified as pre-development. Architectural work, all that stuff like it is pre-development as well as groundwork. We're going to be doing site work and stuff like that. So I'll just so you know that 885 at the bottom, we'll be moving some of that up to pre-development.
The 885.
One.
The column all the way at the bottom is the rehabilitation stabilization. The budget started at 885, but some of that's going to be going up to pre-development.
How much are you intending and moving 50?
No, like 200,000.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of the work that we're doing is going to be classified as that.
And why is, and I think I ask this all the time, I understand when on the previous page, it says 238. Well, I think I understand, 238, and then at the bottom, 230 available. I don't understand why it's not consistent that the top number isn't higher and the bottom number is lower or vice versa. Why is sometimes the report,
It's been requested, right?
Those were maybe what the spare numbers don't themselves.
These two numbers should be for that. Yeah, so the bottom number, the balance remaining to spend, plus the number in the blue box above it, or plus the highest blue box, should equal the bottom blue box.
Is that like that 7666768? Is that money we've asked for? Is that why it's separate?
What page are you
I was looking at the phase 2 0024.
on?
Because they,
So
either
we're-
one, but either the 7. Why are those set?
So there's 238,000 left in that grant to spend. $7,607 we've already spent, but we haven't asked for them for reimbursement yet
Okay, so that's in red. On
in the
the,
bottom.
yeah, on the 0482, the 2.2,
Mhm.
it's in black. What's the difference between, I think that's right.
Because that's what we've been,
Right.
oh, so if it's not in red, that means that it's in our bank account ready to spend, but we have requested it.
Okay,
If it's in red, it means we still have to ask HCR for it. If it's in black, it means we got it from HCR, but it's in our bank account unspent.
okay.
I will probably continue to ask that question, because to me, it seems like it should be.
I'll try to give you the same answer I just gave you.
I think that.
It's not, it just doesn't make sense to me how that.
The thing that is confusing, I think, in my opinion, is balance remaining to spend, that term. Doesn't flow with. I mean,
Well, see, it says balance money to spend, but then in red it says request.
right. But it makes it sound like that's all the money we have remaining to spend is $7,000.
So I should say cash on hand, or
Or requested,
I think I'll spend.
yeah, just, you know, it's requested or requested and received, I don't know if this.
yeah, because if it's in red, that means that we spent it out of general funds, and then when we request it back, it'll.
We'll transfer back,
Uh,
that helps a little bit, but.
I
So,
think towards his point, they took the word spend out of there and left the balance remaining to request.
But we don't need to request the 16, or if you look on, if it's in black, we don't need to request it.
We have that,
Yes. So if you're ready to spend, it should say in account or something like that, on hand.
yeah, something
borrowed.
that, yeah,
Loan from your.
it's just,
bank loan. I would say.
the terminology makes it confusing, for me personally.
So you said that
I would say.
that part of this is because. Things were initially put through the general fund.
Say it again.
Initially, some of this was put through the general fund that should have been against this, and that's why.
No, like if, yeah, well, it's cash flow thing, so if it's in red, it means that we spent it, but haven't requested it yet. But so like on the 2.2, the 0482 grant, the 46,362, that money is what we got in for the roofs, but we haven't distributed because he's not done with the roofs. Whereas the money that's in red on the previous grant, the 7,000 in red, is money that we spent out of that grant that we are going to request reimbursement for.
But the money actually came out of the general account.
General account.
Yes, so it'll be
It's a cash.
So it's a borrow.
It's a cash flow. Issue, so, all right, everybody good with that part of it? And then we just have the general fund left.
The general fund is. Same thing, pretty self-explanatory. We have, the difference in those numbers is that we have 127,456 in the account. But we budgeted 20 or 50,000 to, as matched to the grants we're spending right now. So we wanna just not spend freely on that, we want to contain it at $50,000 of it at a time per grant, so. If we get the next grant we get, that would go up another 50 grand, so every grant that we write, we say that we're gonna put 50K skin in the game. So this is the skin in the game from the 2.2 grant. And then if we get the next grant, it would be. Plus 50,000, so it'd be at 7160.
And then, and that account is, we get
7,000.
change.
Yeah.
So where on here does it show that you borrowed from the general fund? Feed the other accounts?
That'd be the red. This. Delivery list, doesn't have a line for that.
Probably should though, shouldn't we?
How much is remaining to go
What
back?
we rolled out,
How much credit we got coming back to us? Theoretically, right?
Yeah, that's easy, that can just be carried over from the red from the other budgets. The amount per plus,
make it green.
Any amount to request on any of the grants would be considered.
I think it automatically makes them red.
Alright. Any other discussion on the treasurer's report? If you're none, motion to approve is submitted by Dar.
I'll make the motion, Bob.
Second,
Ed'll second.
any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a bill from Glenn Smith for $439.69 and fourth sector services for 15667.00. Motion to pay the administrative invoices.
Let's see, I have four here, wait a minute.
They'll be capital.
We got some projects.
Next page would be capital. Bills.
Make a motion to pay the bill, admin for
Where's the one? I got,
These are the two.
what's that?
These are the two that were.
Yeah, but I've got checks more than two.
Yeah,
Right.
and the next page is the
Oh,
capital
gotcha.
invoices.
Okay, all right.
So we have a motion by Kier to pay the administrative invoices. We have a second. Brian, with a Y. Brian. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now the capital invoices, I show 5. You have 5
We
checks.
should have 3 checks, because 2, you probably combined it, 2.
I have one from you, one from Glenn, and one from QuickTime, which is
Quick time just gets sent.
automatic, right?
Yeah. Then you should have one from Clinton Brown,
There's two there.
Yeah,
Clinton Brown, Northeastern Environmental and Pelican Excavation and Renovation.
on both sectors of that.
They're going in their hands.
So did he combine Clinton Brown with 5,203.25?
Clinton Brown is for 5,203, yep.
And 25 cents, and then Northeastern Environmental should be 5,900.00.
No, it's only 4,800.
You have one for 1,100 to them.
Nope.
No, that did come in late, if we approve it, I can expect that, and also Pelican came in last minute, so that's gonna have to be approved in a check cut too.
We just do. Okay. And I can sign them, like, you know,
Need check and need check.
Okay.
Everybody's clear on that then? There's one check for Clinton Brown for 5,203.25. One check for Northeastern Environmental for 4,800.00. And then we'll cut a check for 1,100 to Northeastern Environmental. And a check for Pelican Excavating and Rental of 21,833.00. Do I have a motion to pay the capital invoices?
And just ask what that, which project the Pelican was?
That's for the roof on 32 Rochambeau in Andover. That'd be their second payment. They got initial payment, they got the roof ripped off and the materials there. They're doing a good job. And they're moving along quick.
Was there 2?
The roofs, yeah, they're gonna start the other one kind of at the end of the project, they'll kind of get that.
So they are separate.
Yeah, the guys are tearing off this one. When they're done tearing off, the guys will come start putting back on this roof and then we'll move to the next roof.
Okay.
They do good work.
Motion,
I would make that motion, Ed.
second.
Bob will.
Any other discussion to pay the capital invoices? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried.
Oh, I haven't done that. You know what you gotta have yet.
what's that?
You know what you need yet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so.
So while we're on invoices, we do this, I'm going through this packet. I see a invoice. It's not on here for Clinton Brown for 33,000.
Okay, that was a mistake going in there, that's for the whole project, the 3,000 that we just approved was the down payment on that full project.
Okay,
But I had them invoice me the whole thing, so I could request it
so
from,
there's the 3,000, there's the 2,300 or 2,300.
So we'll pay it sometime in the future.
yeah, so then I'll get the whole 33 cent, and then we can just pay them, so we don't have to keep asking every progress payment.
All right, funding.
Still working on that new grant that's coming out, and I have nothing for the cross lines. No updates.
When do you anticipate submitting the grant,
No, I hope they have something for you guys to approve next meeting.
which we,
If you did, yeah.
if it's open till November, we should get it in then,
Yeah.
then. Yeah. Okay, infrastructure, the budget report is.
Yeah, there's a supplemental,
Separate.
yeah, I think separate this month.
I'll write down the list as they, do they actually match up to the agenda?
They do.
All right.
I don't have to,
Fix that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go, I'll go through them quick. Lavin Hill Street, like I just said, they're gonna be starting that roof as the 32 Rochambeau progresses through Rochambeau has been ripped off, and they're only a few days out. Weather is good. Thayer Street, no updates, that's gonna be something that we try to help fund with the next grant that we're applying for. Same with the bank. 38 East Main Street in Cuba, if you look in your packet, we asked Cuba Cultural Center to make to give us a summary of what they're looking for as
Looks like
far as
this.
money. So they gave us an inventory list of everything that's in the building. And it looks about like 20,000. About 20,000 in back taxes. This isn't something that we need to move on right now, there's still some loose ends that need to be tied up and some unanswered questions, so I have requested this gets tabled for next month.
Which one was that?
Cultural Center.
What is it? 88 Main.
38 East Main. Now, just to be clear, will the parking lot come with it?
I don't.
And we have a verbal agreement with the village that they would maintain it the following.
They do that already?
We just, before we do anything, we want to get that in writing. When we get that, right, you know, just that we're clear, I mean,
Yeah, it's smart.
there is some repair work that needs to be done to that lot, and then. If the village work is not willing to plow it, I mean, it wouldn't be a big expense to have someone plow it, but it'd be nice if the village was on board.
You wanna get that right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. You think they'll have a problem with us?
No,
They're doing it
you're
now.
gonna do it. It's
Right.
used for public parking.
Yeah,
What was that?
If they currently maintain it, it's used for public parking right now.
But it was a different landowner, so it'll have to get written, so.
Okay, the
Yeah.
question was, do they currently do that? The answer is yes.
They don't really have an agreement, they just kind of just
I don't know the answer.
handshake.
yeah, it would be silly from that to they have that lot.
26 Main Street Almond, we're gonna open bids when the architect gets here in a moment. 15 Second Street, we'll be putting out the RFP for that, and the appraisal should be in on that. It might be in my inbox right now. Said you'd have it to me today, so. 31 Grover Street, we'll be talking about that a little bit, there we have an agreement for design services in the packet. 172 and 178 West or East State in Wellsville, I wrote a proposal to Randy Shaler, and the day I went to give it to him, he was resigning the next day, so I held off on that. I didn't know anything about it. Didn't know, he's resigning. He did. No, it
maybe
did.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll just revise that.
Do you know when?
Mhm.
At Buzz,
Boss deal.
FAHS.
Randy also quit his job with managing the Waldo Country Club.
We put that too.
Well, Casey joined us from the day on it, the state and organ manager duties. That should be a good thing.
So hopefully, yeah, that proposal says that, I think we discussed there before, it's just asking them to take it off our hands for $1 and that they would pay their fees as the buyer and we pay our fees as the seller. Pretty cutting that. The deal form if they want it. Okay, moving along, 46 Main Street, we're going to be looking at the agreement to mothball that. And we need to, and that's in front of it. 607, 617 Main Street, was found to not have asbestos in it. We will be working on a RFP for demolition, but we also have been speaking with the municipality fire department. Volunteer fire department, they want to do a controlled burn of those houses. And now that we have them cleared as asbestos, we could probably do that. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Those are two houses right close together there on the main street there in Whitestone.
Yeah,
They're side by side.
yeah, one's old and been boarded up a while, and the other one is more modern.
Okay.
How does that affect the cleanup? You know, you have burnt material instead of.
It would take a lot of the weight off the tipping fees.
But the tipping, there's no problem.
Not if it's not fire, so we'll have to just submit asbestos clearing reports with
That'd be my only concern is getting rid of the burnt material.
yeah, and then it'll save us some and. Give them an opportunity, they're gonna go in and train first and go in and break the windows and do all that stuff and then burn it afterwards.
Do we need some sort of agreement with them?
Yeah, so we're gonna, some kind of agreement and see what they can, so John's gonna get with them and, see, they've done it before, right, so they did it with, they've done it before up there, so we're just gonna say, we're gonna show us what you did before. What did you have an agreement in place, how did it go, what did you learn, what would you do better with us than you did there, like, what did you, try to get to us.
A lot of trees around that, those two.
That's the big problem, there's a couple of big trees.
Looking into the law now at FBA, they say, a lot of all the fire burning devices and whatnot, taking out all trees around will have to cut down before we burn it, so.
We really want to do it with the trees.
down at their expense or?
I doubt it, I doubt that. But
Is
there are a
there-
bunch of trees.
So let's look at the lot from a longer perspective, are the trees in bad shape? Would the house need, the new house?
Some of them need to
go
go,
on it?
some of them need to go, I didn't really look at it hard enough to think of if they're gonna all need to come down. But some of them would definitely, I mean, it's old houses, there's trees growing out of the house. So,
No, I get that part.
Yeah.
Most of the trees that are gonna be affected are right on the foundation property line, right on the foundation line, we're right next to the house. The only ones we don't really have to worry about was, there's a piece of yard, probably 20 yards off the house. Behind both of them, there's a stretch of trees there, I don't have to worry about those. All that are right close. Yeah, big,
It would affect the building of the new house anyway, so it's.
correct, correct.
That was my question.
Yep.
Cause an empty, cleared lot is kind of ugly, so I don't wanna have to go buy trees with trees on the lot.
Yeah, and they're big
Stuff.
trees. People who love trees would not want to tear some, a couple of them big. And also 607, 617 to, Peter Morse, who's our architect, who's about to be here, he did the design for Almond, he said, I put it in the packet also, I believe, that, for $12,500, he will use these design plans that we already have and build the same house, similar, but add a garage and tweak it to fit that lot. And we can move him right to this, right after the.
What are we
right after
talking
the
about?
demolition.
What property are we talking about?
Whitesville, after we demo it, after it's burned and cleared,
Yeah,
to save money and time, we can hire him to move the same hire for the same plans, take the same drawings and specs. But he add a garage, because we couldn't put a garage on Almond, put it
Same plan designed for what, from what?
for the Almond house.
Use the same all design
I'm with you, I'm
to wait.
So would it or wouldn't it have a foundation under it?
Yes, the one basement.
There would be a foundation under this?
Yep. Yeah, this other one has a basement too.
What's that?
The one in the floodplain still has a base, will still have a basement.
Yeah, that's not usable.
It, right, will be, yeah,
It's a
all
crawl
mechanics will be up, right, and this one.
Crawl space, basically, right?
Yeah, I think we had told him to modify it to full, because we could.
Good.
Good question. So. We're talking about demo on both of these and putting a new build there.
Yeah,
So what is the neighbor's son interested in purchasing?
he wants to be part of the new build. He's gonna try
He might be interested in the new build.
and help it in that, yeah.
Okay, alright, just,
So we put one house on 2 lots?
Yeah,
I mean, they're small
so there's a
lots,
lot, yeah, there's pretty small lots and you'd have a yard.
narrow wise, I mean, width wise anyway.
Yeah, to go back a little bit, it'd be a nice house with a yard. Putting 2 on there would be,
And you can put the garage too.
and now a nice size garage.
Yeah.
With our, policies for this, can we just
Can
accept
we do
that?
that? That's
We
what
need to
I-
put it up for proposal.
I'm gonna ask Peter Degnan that. To be sure, I know we've already hired him and we're using the same plan. So really all we'd be
Adding a garage.
adding a garage to the plans and moving it over to another project, yeah, so there's.
That would be at everybody's, because they've already done the work. A new architect would have.
And it would be even less than that if if we were gonna put a garage on it, really, it's the garage and we're probably gonna move a little and make it a little different because the mechanicals won't have to be on the second floor or first floor.
Right. So, yeah, that, I think we need a confirmation on the legalities, based on our policy,
Or we just do it to be safe.
put the bid out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna win
Yeah.
the bid.
We need to pay the lawyer or to ask the question, or we,
I don't know, he's been pretty good about it, so I don't think he's gonna charge me for answering.
whatever.
Yeah, I'll just bring it back next month and
If
then,
there's any questions, we'll just do it.
yeah,
Put it up for proposal.
Antique Barn Friendship, we are moving along, that's, under contract, there was the seller's attorney marked up the purchase offer, so that's going back, Brian just signed that. 2 Main Street Friendship, no update,
That lease expires year end.
yes, they have no, their biggest thing is trying to get their stuff out.
That site's on the tax sale?
No, this next one is 8 Main Street in Friendship is under a tax sale. We'll be talking about that later, same with 14 Water Street, 4440 Scioto. 111 Main Street Oliver. Those are all in tax sale. 4 Depot Street in Friendship, that's the burnout apartment. The one next to that is on the tax sale. So we'll talk about that when we get to the tax sale also.
I would inject a suggestion about that. If, when all the development on Main Street happens and these new apartments show up, I'd suggest we hold that lot for parking. Because, I mean, I know we got the lot down back. But would you, if you had an
No, I
apartment,
think I agree. I think
would you rather walk from there to apartments or from way down back in the snow in winter?
for sure. I think that the guy, he's been contacting me, he really wants to just get this out for $1. You guys can make a motion to move on that, and we can get that property for transfer fees. And then we'll have.
And maybe turn it over to the village for public parking or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they're really interested in it, but they did say they would help us possibly with trucking when we have to demo it. So we're gonna clear a lot.
Well, all these new buildings and apartments get all in there and they get all the new tax dollars, then maybe they'll be interested in
Yeah.
making it and blacktopping it.
Yeah, and then the little house right next to it that could be demoed too and extend that to actually a sizable lot, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. 10 Main Street, that's the hardware store. No real updates on that. The Ashley's group is doing a feasibility study on that, so we'll wait to see what comes out of that before we discuss making them an offer. They've been very cooperative, letting people get in there last minute. So 63 Seneca Street is a tax sale property. 155 Olive Street, we can take that right off because I heard, I've heard that it's not, that it's now being mowed, it's being taken care of, and there's no longer a concern to the community, so I think we just let.
That's Seneca Street,
No, that's Olive Street, Second Street, the tax sale
I
property.
got the wrong one.
So, I guess I'm confused.
Yep,
155 Olive Street,
it was one that was, someone came to me and said there's a house where both people have passed away and no one's mowing the lawn. John went to the village and made sure they went in there and turned off the water, so we can try to get ahead of this thing. But now it's being mowed, and I think that the heirs to the property are being involved, so it's not something that is necessarily.
is that all confirmed? That's what's happened?
No, it's not confirmed, but, I guess I'm waiting to hear from Peter, we did some research into it, but I think it doesn't seem like it's.
So, okay, got it.
47. Route 19 in Scioto, no updates on that. That is being looked at through the brownfields group.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
Question.
I'm gonna go see if I can find a finger.
This will take advantage of him being out. Get rid of one for approval.
memories they will pause. Moment of silence. I hadn't heard anything from my sister's niece and they saw her. The weekend before last, and she was going to contact her. I did determine the house, though, it has a big. It looks like the garage compartments above. Oh, it's Alfred Station, and it's. What's that's amazing. So very. It's. There is in here, easy here. Break the street, you know, that it's that one right there, side building, here, or future. Try that one. Go down the street.
Those are those. That right line down. It's water.
You see when you were son Lost Brainwaves. We're right here.
Here, do you have anything for the housing study? Just that it's
I
been,
just re-released it. And it won't come back till the middle of State said we had to redo it. They wanted us to contact MWBE firms. Everybody looked on this, on their MWBE search system. And it only allows you to look 100 miles away. And nothing came up. And so we thought we were good, but they said, oh, you should have done the whole state. It's like, how do you do that? And the only way you get the housing, actual housing consultants is if you hit just it, you'd say freight buttons. In the right order. And
Well, for our market, we just do a bid solicitation plan, you know, we maybe try, but I guess it being a municipality.
they wanted us to actually send it to, what turned out to be 4. And they're all down in New York City somewhere, so you know that it's gonna be useless. Oh, I said that out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a $50,000 project. It'll cost them $50,000 just to come on.
At any time. I got nothing for the brownfield group questions, Executive director's report, board report was our accomplishments in there, and then, yeah. Coming up, we're gonna continue working on the historical preservation work, or work for historical and or work. We're gonna get Peter, Clinton Brown working on the specs and drawings for the mothballing 4 to 6 Main Street. We're gonna release that demo RFP, possibly trade it, an agreement with the municipality for the control bird. We'll release the RFP for the rehab of Second Street in Andover. That complete LBI property service application, that's that grant that's open. Cross mod application, if it comes out, we'll, I don't know, begin, but at least review that. We'll be working on pro formas or financial plans for the projects that we've got started. We'll hire out, once we get title to these new properties, I will get surveys done through Jim Ball. We still have not remedied the 79 Clark Street situation. John's been calling people left and right, trying to get someone in there, and with no response from plumbers to try to get in there and see what other kind of remedy is, so keep moving on that. And we'll be asking for more money from, for admin and for capital projects. We'll have a bunch of projects, environmental stuff that has to be approved by ACR, which takes some time, and the bids always have to go out on the contractor connect for 25 days, something like that. So that slows stuff down too.
No, we.
Can I ask a question? We're gonna off task a little bit, but I'm trying to go through this 60-page packet. And I see items that stay with the Cuban Cultural Center. I assume that's what you were referring to earlier. I don't see an actual proposal or something in there. I just see that list. But then there's AIA document B 105.
Okay, we can.
And what
So.
were we supposed to do something with this?
So last meeting, we chose Clinton Brown to do the drawings and specs for the renovation of 31 Grover and for the mothballing of 4 to 6 Main. And these are those service agreements that I put in the packet for you guys to look over. You've already approved the contractor. Just wanted to get this in there, and so I have a copy for Brian's time.
Okay, so we don't have to act on those.
No, unless you saw something that you didn't like, but I looked it over. It's fine. I
Is he
mean,
done with that? You done with your report?
yeah.
I wanna go back to, properties, to keep an eye on. It's actually someone my sister's niece. It's been holding at the Alfred Station. Can you bring that up there? Or not?
I can't, Kate could. You asked her nicely, probably.
Yeah, the address,
This is
When you're
over
ready.
at 594 State Route 244.
it looks like it could be a really good property for us, and if you can get it cheap, I've been asking for them to contact me. But that's the property in that building in the back would be, it's probably already apartments. And that would make a great for a developer for students.
Is that the bicycle guys?
No, it's my
You just look around that,
brother-in-law's sister's house.
get my parents, oh, I know where you are, okay, you're right in the hamlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between the bridge that goes out 21 and this goes out to 21, but. I know she's maintaining, you can see mode. But nobody's been living there. They had a fire. And like 15 years ago, and actually Alfred students came in and did some repair work on it. So it's, just as a property of interest, I would put it on there.
Does the little house go with the garage thing?
Yeah, that's all one property.
So, looks like it had
Yeah.
multiple apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Corner property?
Like at least 3.
No, it's right across from,
What's that? It's not a street?
again, it could be a.
No, that's just a sign for the college.
It's a long driveway there?
I can't picture it.
You're between Kankakee Country Store and the Seventh Day Baptist Church.
But on the
Across
outside of the.
the street.
I could hear.
So if you're coming out of Alfred Dar. And you know where the courthouse there,
Anywhere?
the right go out to 21 or you go straight 21,
Yeah,
it's on that stretch on the left.
okay.
Just past the turn to go, it's called Hamilton Hill Road. But I just thought, when I looked at the pictures, that might be a real good property for us, so
So she wants
I think we get it.
$500,000.
No, I think it's gonna be, I wanna get rid of this, so,
How long has it been vacant?
she died like 3 years ago, I
Has
think.
it been winterized? Is the pipes?
I don't know, I really don't know. I think it,
We break it, I mean,
I could probably get us to go, I'm sure, I just gotta get her, she has my contact, I've been waiting to own her. There was a second property that. The owner of this property was. Listed as the executor on the estate, the woman died. And she never did anything with it, so it's in Alfred, it's right across from the university.
mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look bad, I think it's Field Street, you wanna pull up Field Street. But that would have to go through courts, so I'm not sure we really wanna get involved in.
Like probate?
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's Field Street,
Well, let us know, me and John will.
I could be wrong,
Get an address.
yeah, I
To our list, please.
had
Yeah, which.
I had it up on the computer, it took me a minute to find it. I could be wrong on the name of the street even. It's like right across the street from the McLean Center.
It goes up the hill?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it's definitely not Field. It's,
in the house, so right. Should know these things. State College, here. Yeah, so it's. It's out Green Street.
Greenfield, it was a green field.
yeah, pretty much. There you go.
Before we move on, I'm gonna introduce Peter Morse, he's our architect for the 26 Sullivan. 26 Weeks Fair Sullivan. And you, I'm Jason, and this is Kate, we're gonna go around. Hey,
There you
John,
go.
our treasurer, Ed, vice chair.
Brian, yeah.
John Barnes. You know, you're going.
Brian with a Y?
Okay.
Here, Sterling, I'm the secretary.
Bob Salzman.
Ashley said.
Okay, did you open the bid, Rick?
Not yet, we're ready.
Okay. I recognize, 3 of these. I don't know, if there's somebody local who's an excavating contractor, they do
They're doing roofs for us too, they do, all kinds of stuff.
in booms,
They mostly do concrete, I think, they're local also.
okay.
But yeah, if you're right with it, Brian, we can get right
Yeah,
to that.
all right.
Right.
First one I'll open is Booms Incorporated. No, it's not leader. That's true. Submitted by their estimator, Aaron Potter, and the bid price is $630,000 with 240 days to complete.
130,000.
630,
Say that again?
630,000
Yeah.
and
6030. No,
630 with 3 zeros at the end.
Where is that, where are they from?
That's Boom Drive, Little Tennessee.
Oh,
Where the old truck stop is.
How many days?
oh, okay, I guess I never knew the name of that, BI is all there.
This is from Fleetwood. Fleetwood Accessibility. Give you an address. Oh, I should note that Boom did not have the itemized sheet that is requested in the bid documents.
did they say how many days?
240.
Do they have a performance bond,
No, they did,
or do they have a performance
they
letter?
didn't put a performance letter, they didn't itemize their bid. That's pretty much off, so, but this one does, this one has. There's the full packet. Let's find their address first. Rochester, so Fleetwood out of Rochester. $624,153. And that's 624, 153. And 365 days to complete. They submitted their W-9 insurance documents and driver's endorsement. They have, their packet is actually complete. Booms was not complete.
624153. Is that right?
Correct.
Days?
365.
Okay.
The next is Pelican Excavation and Renovation. They're minority owned business. $645,410. 300 days.
Complete. They have all their attachments?
Yes. Westside Construction, Churchville. $745,368. 4 to 6 months. Pending winter conditions.
They have all their attachments.
Yes, that means. Except their W-9, but they've done work for us. We already had their W-9 from this year. This is Whitney East Incorporated. Out of Rochester, Scottsville Road. Everything's included. $805,000 even. 260 days.
Those are more, I think, than we
It's a little
expected.
high.
These are gonna be all electric.
Oh, we had discussed that.
After the first of the year, it's gotta be, according to the state regulations, it's gotta be all electric, so. If you issue the building permit this year, you can still get gas for these houses. We did another one for it, I don't know where that is.
Unless they pass that modification. There's a bill changing the spec on it, if it gets through.
By the way, for everybody's edification, Fleetwood, I know these people, we've done millions of dollars worth of work. Fleetwood is also, it's their, it's one of their DBAs, the actual, construction companies, Hardwood Construction. We're doing 2 homes with them, we just finished $1 million home on Cuca Lake. And they're doing a $2 million house with us on Cuca Lake as well. And they, for accessibility, they are experts in terms of construction. We've done, if you guys get into accessibility projects down here, they're probably the best contractor for installing elevators, lifts, doing ramps, overhead patient lift systems. So anyway, I can attest for these guys.
Okay, and I just want to let you know that, the meeting is being recorded and streamed live. So I gotta be correct.
Okay, good, all right.
Should start that, yeah.
Sorry.
So, what was the estimate that?
The appraisal, on the appraisal, then the appraiser estimated the cost at, 491. No, I'm sorry. I don't have that in front of me.
Says 367 using comps and 491 from a cost approach.
Cost approach, yes, thank you. Yeah, so about 491.
Is this, I mean, you designed it, you feel like 400 was more likely or 600?
Here's the rough rule of thumb these days, what do we, 2,200 square feet for that house?
Just over.
I was over that, yeah, I think it's 23.
Something, yeah.
You gotta figure on like $300 a square foot. And that's the rough rule. Before COVID, it was $100. During COVID, as we all remember, everything went crazy, the price of a 2x4 went to $20 and a sheet of plywood was $100. And it hasn't dropped much, this is not prevailing wage, right?
Correct.
That's about where was my prices, was I in the high 500s?
I believe you remember. Do you remember, John? I think it was.
For which,
I gave you an estimate, I think, maybe
we had 2 numbers, I believe, one was 5, one was 7, that's right.
the house on 2nd Street was in the 5.
The 5,
And then the other one was
I think it
6.
was just about 7.
Yeah, about 700.
7 or just
Yes.
over.
So I don't know how that compares with your finances.
So if we could get someone approved at the appraisal price based on comps at 367. And they could get a loan for 367. You subtract 367 from that, and that would be what we would spend in grant money to build a house.
You'll never sell the house for three, whatever,
No, not there,
not down mall, downtown metro,
2 doors down from the gas station.
in the floodplain.
So say we took the little bit that's up there to 624. And we sold it for 224. That right about aligned with the 400 that we have budgeted to put into this property. We thought we'd get the whole thing at 400, or at least close.
I don't even think you could do 200. That house that we had on Clark Street. We put 263,000, 263,000 was it,
289,
289, we got 163.
40.
148.
Yeah. I mean,
That also, but then everything was appraising really low, the market's way different. If we did that now, that house would be over 200. Cause everything, at least specialty appraisal.
Yeah, but would you still get it?
No, right, that's what the
The
appraisal.
appraisals don't do any good if you haven't got anybody to buy it for it.
And if we, I mean, we can bring up Zillow and look at comparable things around the market. and see-
there are things up outside of the village that are priced like in that range. There's one that's priced right next to me. They're asking 220, I think. They haven't gotten a buyer yet, so it's a big house.
Would anyone like to look at houses in their area that's on the internet that are for sale, and see what we're going after? I mean, it's not apples for apples, because we're building this brand new.
Let's turn it over to the village and let them turn it into a pickleball court.
They already
Yeah, I
got-
like pickleball.
they already got one.
Oh, yeah, one on each end of town then.
Less than.
How much land is it?
Less than an acre. It's a big yard, public water, septic.
I think we're just all having sticker shock with modern pricing.
Yeah.
What's
It's
that?
not coming down. Anytime fast.
Sticker shock with the modern pricing, cause I'm still thinking the way I thought in 2015.
Well, I mean, I'm willing to make some concession, my God. You gotta be able to sell it pretty.
Yeah.
So are we required to make a decision for this?
No, but it's 650,000, that's $282 a square foot. Builders who are uninsured doing this doing this around county are getting about 220 a square foot, so it's at 650, that's 282 a square foot, I wanted to be under 300 a square foot. Which anything under 650,000 would be that.
Mr. Chair, what do you wanna do?
We call for a motion to accept the bid, low bid.
But not booms. Cause that was an incomplete package.
That wasn't low.
They're not low anyway.
I thought they were,
No, Fleetwood.
I guess I miswrote that.
Can I make one suggestion?
Yeah.
Prior to construction, and I understand your concerns, because we just did one like this for the Rochester Housing Authority. And it was these big numbers, but it was subsidized construction. You may want to test the waters before you do it and have a realtor take the plans and go find potential buyer in that range. You're gonna own the transfers, we're building it for you. And then you're gonna flip it to the,
Unless between now and then we find someone who wants, you just said, that we find someone who wants to, build with, buy it.
They go, continue to build.
And we work with them.
we didn't, the plans are very complete, they're not gold plated. It's all new construction, it's, I don't know I can't comment, I grew up in the southern tier, I grew up in Painted Post. So, I can appreciate this. I'm just, if you wanna do a little more thorough examination, maybe get a realtor And, share that with them.
We have one of those.
She's familiar with that.
Yeah, so if we sold this based on AMI, we can sell this up to 100% AMI. So if we sold this to someone at AMI, the price for the house that they would be considered affordable for someone at 100 AMI would be 300,000. Well, I think it was 280, between 280 and 320, I can't remember, something 300,000. So 300,000 is considered attainable for someone at 100% AMI. And that's where we're gonna have to put our sale price anyway, because we can't sell to somebody over 120.
One thing you're gonna wanna mention to the realtor when they do this, in a floodplain, gonna drive the price down.
Well, we're not gonna need flood insurance because of the,
It was designed, all the mechanics are elevator.
I realize that, but when it comes to going to get your mortgage and whatnot, when it's in a floodplain,
Well, the one that we just, the house we just did on Cuca Lake, which was $1 million, is in the FEMA high water mark. And it went for that, I mean, we tore down a cottage to build this home for this couple in Elmira. So, you know, and now again, they have the attraction of Cuca Lake, they're right on the water. But,
That's what we sell it as, waterfront.
but what I was saying by that, so say that if we did sell it for 275 to 300. That would be the difference between the quote that we take. And that would be already, we have it budgeted.
I'd make a motion that we engage our realtor to do what they said.
Maybe you're in.
Maggie's like,
See if there's anybody out there, what we're saying is see if there's anybody out there really interested in buying it. Is that what we're saying?
yeah.
well, if you wanna test the waters, some people are attracted to new builds.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're renovating an old farmhouse or something, I mean, there's people for that as well, but. Some people are in that particular marketplace, maybe young professional people or whatever down here that have got a family. And would like to, this would be a good option.
And you've got 2 universities. They're down the street.
So we,
Is that a motion, Kier?
I did make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, discussion on the motion in the second. What do we need to do? Before we go on, what do we need to do with these bids? Can we sit on them?
Table, right?
Yes, but I gotta have to look through to see how, I think the bids are, 45 days. I'll look through the docs.
If that's,
So we have to make a decision next month.
if that's the case, then that's fine moving forward with this. I just want to be clear that we can wait till, you know, we notify these contractors that we open the bids and that no decision will be made till October, whatever the date is.
Yeah.
Is that probably the problem?
Yeah, I think that it says that their bid, that their price wouldn't change between that time.
No.
But I guess I'm not really sure what our obligation is on that.
The next meeting's October 20th. And these were due, what, last week?
Well,
12?
Let me ask you some other questions about this. If you engage a realtor and let's say you find a couple and they got a family, do they, who's gonna pre-qualify these people to buy this house? You?
Bank.
Yeah, we do.
You do.
Well,
No,
the bank,
yeah, office here, yeah,
well, the bank,
the bank.
be.
We have a set of standards that we'll require, but the bank will have to ultimately back them up. We'll have to meet standards and have the.
So I guess who underwrites it? Banks. The bank will, not you.
Right.
Okay. But from your end, you're doing the house and then you get your grant kicks in. But it's actually a pretty good deal. If anybody realizes the mechanics of this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, who doesn't want a $600,000 house for $280?
Yeah, no, I'm.
if we want out for 280.
$320.
let's start on.
Let's really look at
I
probably
think 280 is more likely in that area.
Um. All right, if we're comfortable with that, I will entertain a vote on Pierre's motion to float this out for a little bit.
Hey, well, can you be more specific, what do you want me to get from her? I've already asked her, that she already knows that if anyone wants to, is looking to buy a new home, to get a hold of us.
I would, I guess, store maybe the blueprints and what our thoughts are and where the price needs to be. Is there a market? I mean, if you already ever talked to her about if there's a buyer, we would have heard. So now, like, question in my opinion would be, is there a market in that area for a home like this?
For a $280,000 home, I'm sure there is. I mean, Brandon, it's the,
Well, that's the
Don't say
concern about more is
Don't
that,
say 280, say 320.
320.
yeah,
Let's start at 3.
you know, it's just, it sounds to me that the concern of this board is we do this. And then we sit on a house or sell it for $150,000 like we did the last one. That's the concern. And so I think we're just doing our due diligence by talking to the realtor, say, is this conceivable in any stretch, or are she gonna say there's no way? And all it is an opinion. I mean, it's nothing we have to go with. It's just.
She's gonna sit down and she's gonna look at the comps and the recent sales.
Yeah.
And give us a,
But there's also gonna be the people who come to her and there's nothing available.
Yes,
true,
I
and
guess.
so, and. From your comment earlier, so we find a buyer. Beginning construction. And they wanna tweak.
Colors of the walls, right?
Or no, the blueprints, the design, and you said it's not, gold plated. They wanna make this bedroom bigger and get rid of a side, I don't know, I didn't really even look at it, so.
That, we get this all the time. We rewrote it so, not knowing that this is gonna be a hurdle we're gonna have to get into. We designed it, we looked at all the colors, all the trim inside, all the light fixtures.
Okay,
So I mean, it's pretty complete.
all right,
And, it's always easier to sell if somebody walks in the door and says, wow, take it. But, if there's, it's just one of these areas where if you don't, I mean, at least you're moving forward and taking a leap into the unknown here for, potential buyers that may not, is there anything for new builds that's available?
No, really, it's a very low market here. Anyone who's building new is building not for themselves.
yeah, there's no developers out there.
Except for the Alpha State.
Well, then you're finding your own little niche here then.
Yeah,
Potentially this could really take off for you. You're gonna have to get somebody, you're gonna have to get a realtor who, did we send you colored renderings of that house?
I believe so.
Alright, so you've got something to work with, you got the plans. Let them go talk with potential buyers and, you might uncover that. It's just as, this is the other, I'll just give you some experience from my background. On the private side, just doing house additions and new builds, has gone, probably 60% bad in our office. People can't afford it. If you're offering them a subsidy of this magnitude, so they can get a $600,000 house for 3. That's very attractive, especially in a new build. Now, I don't know what the market is here, but you're not far from Alfred. How far are you from Alfred University?
That home is very close to Alfred University.
Several miles, couple miles.
Well, then get
10
a,
minutes.
where's the realtor from? Local or is it somebody in
Local, yeah.
or now,
Cornell?
so
Another
she,
10 minutes.
yeah, she's.
They'll put it on the, don't they have a, what's their,
MLS?
yeah, they're on LS, new build. Sponsored, give you some promotion here, and then I think you might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and we have, so if we sell it for 3. We sell it for 3, anything we get back is now in our unrestricted general fund. So it's a win for us no matter what, it's just grant money, we're spending very little unrestricted general funds right now, the goal of the state, the governor's office is to build new homes. To not just demo them and, but to build new homes. And for
Affordable, right?
affordable and attainable, but mostly. Like affordable would be below 60% AMI. We're attainable, 80% to 120% is what we, as our market, we're not in the affordable house, because this would never be affordable, we'd never find someone. Who can maintain a house this magnitude at 60% and below AMI. But if we have. If we work with, like he just said, with Maggie and like we just, I don't think we voted yet. Have Maggie do it, he said, get the drawings and the renderings on there. And work with Monica from historic to. But she's done a lot with the AMI selling and pricing things based on AMI, be it rent or purchasing. We could put through her, we could vet people through her and Maggie to make sure that Maggie can take it from the market side, from the community development side. Monica could make sure that help us develop what the price would be for each person.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. I don't think we need to modify it. Jason has a feel of what we're asking her. So. All in favor?
Right.
Is anybody opposed? All right, motion carried.
We don't have to do anything official with the bid,
Just notify the.
because you still have to.
Do we want a motion to table them until the next meeting, or we truly have 45 days, we don't have to do anything?
I would say, we have to address it at the October 20th meeting.
Okay. We will address the decision on the bids for 7776 Main Street, Almond.
And that gives
At the next.
them all
Yeah.
chance to really look at them, make sure that they're everything we think they're.
And Jason, if you could just reach out to the bidders saying we'll make the decision, so they're not wondering. All right.
And
Your insight's very valuable, that helps, I think, the board.
Now, the other thing, the last thought is. And I don't know how you're gonna present this, if it's a new build. And you've got a price like that, it would be attractive, but how do you explain to the market, this is a $600,000 house you're getting for 3? You don't understand what my logic here?
Yeah, well, it's, I think. Educating people about what is the land bank and where's the money coming from, and that's.
it's a marketing thing too, so we have it later on the agenda to talk about with Andover Historic, they're a nonprofit that we've been working with. They do housing rental and housing repairs for low income people. Marketing and getting it out there, so if we had multiple people at multiple income levels, well, it's a really great deal. What other land banks are doing is they're putting it in a lottery, so if you have multiple people saying, hey, you wanna get into this lottery, you have the opportunity to get this house, a $600,000 and something house for $300,000.
I wanna just clarify this, I wanna give you a comparison, we just finished a house in the city of Rochester for Rochester Housing Authority. But they have, out of their pool of clientele, they have people that are trying to come up and buy this. I think we spent, it was a fire damage, we gutted it and completely rebuilt it. And I think the housing authority's got $500,000 into that house, and it's 1,400 square feet, arithmetic, if you didn't have something like this, I'm wondering if the whole world's gonna have to eventually start looking at this, which is an impossibility, but. Anyway, the reason I'm saying is, it is just be thinking about how you're going to process, if you get somebody, how they're going to. How does the realtor approach? Allegheny County. Get pre-qualified, and then you explain. Isn't this a unique way of, have you done this for other for sale homes?
We built one to completion and then staged it with like furniture and had open houses and but that's how we sold our.
Right, I'm just,
at 50%.
so if you have somebody, let's say you had a couple and they're making $150,000 a year. So they would be qualified barely, but as long as they can get favorable rates. How do they? I guess how do they fit into this mold? How do you?
They would have to get a construction loan at this point, get a construction loan and
No, you're gonna give them that, you're gonna turnkey this house.
after building, after construction.
Yes, they're not gonna come in and get this. Were you proposing that they're gonna get a construction loan?
If it was this early, but if we got it to completion. We'd have to figure out how to fund 625, we fund 625,
Well,
and see how much we can get back.
Then it sounds like it's gotta start here. If you vote to approve this, then you would move ahead, and you'd have a product and a contractor ready to build this. You're gonna short circuit it, I think if they come in and wanna do this.
But if we have a $400,000 budget, so we'd have to come up with 225 just to complete the build. Or we'd have to wait till the next grant round and wait for that. Either way, we're stalled out. But if we
I
had.
just wonder how it's presented. I don't, if they've got a home, let's say it's a young couple and they have kids and they wanna buy this house. So does that mean that you kick in with your grant, engage the contractor and go? There's no other left turn, there's no other way for a contractor to work with these people and build it. Well, you're part of the solution here, so.
Right, so I would see if someone came down with a construction loan, their construction loan would be whatever they could get, right? So say they could get 300,000. We'd work with them and pay the first 325 of construction, and then when we were tapped out, they would pay the final 300,000. When it was complete, we signed occupancy turn it over to them.
Okay.
I would say that's not the ideal way, just because I think it muddies the water, I think we need to build it.
Build completion and sell
Yeah,
I totally agree.
yeah, it's gonna muddy the
But
water.
if we put the drawings out on MLS, look at it sold before built, but we could at least.
Yeah, but that means we gotta come up with, if we build it and pay for it, I mean, we gotta come up with $224,000 above and beyond what we've already.
Which would either mean we hold off on 31 Grover, or, right, because right now we have about 800, but it's split up between some projects.
Right.
Now, the other thing you're offering here is a great deal, so what you wanna avoid is somebody who's a speculator who wants to come and buy this and flip it.
Yeah, there'll be deed covenants that will,
You're gonna do that?
yeah, we always have to have deed covenants that are further big grants. And that would be, I believe it's a 10-year affordability where they can sell it, but it has to be sold to someone who has.
All right, good, very good.
Right,
And Peter, we talked about the Whitesville proposal that you sent over.
Yeah,
It looks great. We think that if we did put it out to bid, you're obviously gonna win, because we're gonna be able to use the same project, but we're gonna get with our attorney to make sure that we're following all of it.
I'm gonna add, well, we have to tweak those plans and I'm gonna add a garage for that.
Right,
You
yeah.
didn't do this, you didn't want us to do a garage, but. You know, if they're in there, they're comfortable, they'll probably, a couple find a way to throw up a garage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, we got the same issue, the same discussions in Lakeville. You got a $600,000 house. Sitting on a community with a school going out and no industry. It's gonna be a cottage.
That's clear off in no man's
You
land.
know, hard to get to.
But that's not today's discussion, thank God.
Well, you gotta think about it, because if we tear them down, it either becomes a blank lot. Or we go through the same thing.
or we spend the money
We're looking at
on
about,
architectural drawings for something we're not gonna do.
well, if we put a modular in there, the modular is you're looking at 320 for a modular.
Real.
That's why those numbers blow my mind. I was recently talking with the Owl Homes. And he included, he said, including purchase of the property, well, septic. And then a 1,800 square foot home on a full basement. And he says, you're looking at 350. So.
Yeah, it's for 1,800 square foot modular, this is a 2,300 square foot. basement.
So I guess that poses the question is, do we wanna go with those plans in Whitesville, or do we wanna go modular in Whitesville?
Well,
Modular is much
We
more,
can, if you'd like, we don't have to use the same plan, we'll come up with something different. If that's what, if this is, this is the first I heard of this issue, so. I mean, we're creative, we can do other house plans.
no, we just, it'd be cheaper because you're taking a design you've already done and just tweaking it. But we're having this discussion now, we don't really need to, but I don't know that we wanna get in bed with two houses until we see how one goes. I'm not sure we wanna go ahead with architectural drawings if we're not even, we may just tear the house down and sit on the lot for a while.
And they have the modular program coming out, which is a $250,000 subsidy, so say it was a $350,000 modular, it only costs us $100,000, which is a $250,000 subsidy but there's a minimum of 5 properties that have to be in the same neighborhood, community, walkable distance, that kind of situation. That's why we're looking for bigger lots to do 5 modulars on like a cul-de-sac or something, then we could put up 5 houses for $500,000 with the subsidy.
What did you say you're gonna do with 15 Street?
We're gonna put that out to bid to see what we're waiting back on an appraisal, we've sent
That would seem to, it's actually a little village, right?
yeah, that's in a more desirable village than Whitesville, in my opinion.
Well, I didn't know this other background, I'm happy to work with you either way, if this is not the right site. Or the rest of the time, we can flip it up.
But if we go with something different, then we definitely have to put it out to bid. Is it gonna say Jason sneezed on? The group blessed Jason.
Those glass.
Now I definitely will say it.
I make a motion, we table your offer at this point.
Okay, that's fine with me, I don't want you to, again, I didn't know.
We gotta do what's best for our money and the municipality that we know you don't know the municipality. Rochester is a lot different than Wellsville, Whitesville, Scioto.
Which one are you trying to table?
The bids, I
The
think.
bid for,
The plans for the other.
Whitesville.
Plan for it.
the one you told us not to talk about.
Whitesville.
I'll second that.
Alright,
Any other discussion on tabling the design plans for Whitesville? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. We've got work to do there anyway with the demo.
Well, let me know. if they-
Very
Yeah.
much appreciate your input. I mean, it's.
By the time we get it
Really
done, we
valuable.
sit on 6 months. Now we're in a place where we know what's gonna be going on in Almond. And is this what's feasible in Whitesville compared to Almond and
If we had a lot in Alfred. Or Cuba. I wouldn't
Right,
necessarily hesitate.
Right.
the markets are different.
Whitesville honestly doesn't have, and I have cousins that grew up there, so I know what it was like 70 years ago, and I know what it's like now. And that community, there's no way it can survive, I mean, other than live here and work someplace else type situation. It's just,
but it's a
We
long.
would have a chance to rebound if people put really nice houses there,
but,
and not just throw modulars and trailers everywhere.
what, there's nothing wrong with modular house. Modular, not the,
Not a double.
am I using the right terminology, I'm talking about the
Manufactured home.
manufactured, if we put manufactured homes in. I've been in a lot of them, my son built one. It was a 2-story. And the second story is as rugged as the first story, I mean, I'm literally, they had 2 main beams, transport those, and it came in 4 sections. You bolt that together. And it's more durable than a normal stick build. Quite honestly, now, there's some things I didn't like about it, like running the gas line from the cellar. Clear to the second floor, and it'd be one of them flexible things, but neither here nor there, but structurally. You couldn't push that thing over with a bulldozer.
But we'd be, for a manufactured home, 2-story would be about over 500,000. That's, so, you know, that's what we're,
My son built his 10 years ago for 150.
that's crazy.
Then 2020 hit.
All right,
one more off comment, but the amount of money we're putting into Grover Street is awful close, getting awful close to
It'll be almost a
the
million.
cost of this.
Yeah, it'll be almost $1 million.
Grover Street, we think, well, I was off, I was thinking 500. Apparently, we approved something, I didn't remember.
We're 200 in now.
But that's just over tax credits too.
Yeah, but that one exactly, that one has historical tax, it's going to sell as a selling point. But
There's
Grover-
no market for $1 million house.
I mean, we got a lot of people out
All
there,
right, check.
it's gonna have a real mind bender. When this stuff, information starts going out in this rural area compared to what it was, just like I said, 10 years ago, $150,000. For a 2-story. 2,300 square foot house for $150,000, and now you're gonna be talking about 700,000.
but everything that goes on the market right now is sold right now. It's.
Depends on where it's
Well,
at.
yeah,
And if we.
Wellsville is a slow south, right now. Cuba's hot, it depends on where it is. And again, because I was looking, cause I thought I had my house sold. And that was pending somebody selling theirs in Wellsville, which has not sold yet, and she's got it priced right. For what it is, on 5 acres, she's got it at 3 1/4, it's 2,800 square feet. And yet there hasn't been any real interest in it, and it's gorgeous. So it depends on where it is.
If we lose $200,000 of grant money every house we build. If we don't do it, Cattaraugus County or Steuben's gonna do it anyway, I mean, that's, the money's out there to do, that's why they're throwing so much money at land banks, is so we will. Fill in these giant gaps that exist in rural areas that don't exist in good markets.
all right, let's get back to the agenda, we've got quite a bit to cover yet.
Where are we?
We're on, old business, tax sale properties.
So, Kate's gonna bring up well, first of all, if we're gonna. The tax sale is undergoing, right? It's underway right now. I think it ends in 2 days. If we're gonna bid on properties that are on the auction.
Peter, you're welcome to stay.
Yeah, if you don't need me, I'll,
Yeah, I saw you,
Nice to meet you.
already, so, yeah, but you know,
Kate's making the-
I know this is all sprawling, so you.
well,
All
call me if you need any advice.
right, appreciate
For
it.
any of this stuff, did you require financial statements in the bids?
No,
We have clients that, just for your own edification, you know, you get somebody to give you a statement about what, their financials. I've been doing this many years and I've had contractors go bust. So, you may wanna give somebody pre-qualified, your bid bond is excellent. That stops all 90%.
do you think that's sufficient, or should we also?
Well,
Reference or-
here's another thing, just I'll throw this out. I think you maybe consider getting a subscription with Dun and Bradstreet. And you give the name of the contractor and do it, and they'll send it back to you very quickly. They'll give you an entire analysis on what that person, their slow payer, their non-payer.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Just so that I've done this and you get quite surprised. People, they put their best foot forward, you're not seeing the whole story. So I suggest that it's probably $1,000.
We used them in my previous life, we used DMVs on a lot of contractors.
And was it effective?
Yes.
Okay, all right, just throwing that out.
Okay.
Nice meeting you all.
Hey, I'll be in touch too.
Okay, terrific.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. Call if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take
Okay,
care.
you got that on the agenda for next. All right, tax sale properties.
So if we're gonna buy properties at auction, we have a couple days, we have to be registered to do that. Today is the last day to register.
Did we need to go into executive session?
Not yet,
Okay, just,
but I
I
think
wanna get.
my lunch is getting all open in a few minutes. So we'll have to register and get that registration in today, and then whatever we bid on, we'll have till Friday Cause I think it closes Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon. Closes Wednesday afternoon, we'll have till Friday close of business to get a certified check to the treasurer's officer. So,
Well, are there houses on there that we want, really?
really badly. So she's gonna bring it up and we'll look through them. So we have all the properties we requested. There was 3 specifically that were on the last tax, well, not the last tax bill, but on the last cycle 3 years ago that were bought for very low bids and then never done it. They were left to go back for taxes. So those, and one of them being 8 Main Street, right next to our 4 to 6 Main Street, that's fallen in the big crack wall. That one, if someone got that and knew that it was gonna fall into our property, they could use that as leverage. That's probably shouldn't have been said out loud.
We're live.
And we thought we wanna be able to control the fate of these things. And like I said, there's a full scope from,
At what point do we need to go into executive session?
I guess we could have a more open discussion in executive session. If you wanna go now and review them in executive session.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Well, let's-
Adding our
let's go.
10:31. All in favor?
I,
Opposed? 10:31.
10:31.